Hello guys, Dr. Shingu Mufawa here and welcome back to my channel. In today's grade 12 life sciences lesson on the human ear, we are going to talk about the function of the human ear in the hearing process. But before we dive into this process, let us go back to the examination guidelines. Your examiner expects you to know the function of the human ear in the hearing process and the role of the organ of courting. However, you are not expected to know the details of the structure of the organ of courting. Now, the hearing process starts with the pinna, which traps and directs the sound waves into the auditory canal. In the auditory canal, the sound waves are transmitted towards the tympanic membrane, which then starts vibrating and producing vibrations. The vibrations are then transmitted to the ossicles, our three little bones. The ossicles will start vibrating and amplifying those vibrations, and then they will transmit those amplified vibrations into the inner ear through the oval window. The oval window will also start vibrating, and as it vibrates, it creates some pressure waves inside the cochlea or inside the fluid found in the cochlea. And this fluid is known as endolymph. Inside the cochlea, we have a receptor known as the organ of Corti. The organ of Corti is then stimulated into converting those pressure waves into a nerve impulse. The nerve impulse is then transmitted through the auditory nerve to the brain. In fact, to this part of the brain, which we refer to as the cerebrum, where the nerve impulse is interpreted as sound. Now, the examiner can ask you to identify the part that is followed by sound during the hearing process. It starts with the pinna as sound waves into the auditory canal, then to our tympanic membrane, which starts vibrating, producing vibrations, which are then transmitted to our three little bones, the ossicles. The ossicles will then amplify those vibrations and transmit them through the oval window into the inner ear through the cochlea. Right inside the cochlea, pressure waves are going to be generated, and those pressure waves are going to stimulate the organ of Corti into converting those pressure waves into a nerve impulse, and the nerve impulse is then transmitted to the brain through the auditory nerve. In fact, to the cerebrum of the brain through the auditory nerve. So that's your ear in terms of the hearing process. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with your colleagues, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you all in the next video. Bye.